I want you to round up every vicious criminal and gunslinger in the West. Take this down.
Hello everybody, this is Boy bringing you another King's Court with our resident Unicom, Corny. We're watching an IS3A battle. This is the best possible circumstance for this tank. That's first thing we're going to put out there. And that's the primary thing. So we're watching him go through the city right now. Corny, your thoughts on it?
Well, initially just on the battle, you got some pretty good players on both sides. You guys may recognize the G, the Misfits, CTL, just those top clans that you might see. 3 artillery. I really like the Fjords map. I like where he's going on right here, going up towards the heavy. With a tank like the IS3A or even just the IS3, it's kind of flexible. You can kind of pick and choose where you want to go, but he's choosing to fight the other heavies coming around down here.
So, at least with his overpowered tank, he's going to the heavy spot. At least he's going to the heavy spot.
I will actually disagree with you there. It's not as overpowered as everyone thinks it is.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I get it. I know. I'm a little harpy on it. I made a video about it. But I just think that if they did this with an American tank, that the Russians would be really pissed about that. That the Russians
possibly. I think there is some room for that conclusion. However,
let's just put it this way: if my T-34 suddenly got 4 shots or 3 shots, like this guy gets, and then he turns back into a T-34, they might see that as overpowered. They might.
Well, the T-34 still has like a 14-second reload or whatever, something like that. So, I mean, the thing with the IS-3 autoloader is it's the inverse of the Italians, right?
Yeah.
So the last shell is actually the quickest through, right?
Oh, look at that. He just put it through. Yeah, he just put it through the track there. That is some good. That's what this tank is good for, right there.
True. And to be fair, that defender was getting screwed over by his teammate.
Oh yeah.
You could see that it was slightly moving, and his teammate was shooting him in the rear, or not shooting him, but pushing him, even though he was tracked. And so bad teammate.
That's right. Get that newspaper out and smack him over the head like a bad dog.
Yeah.
But
since it's the reverse of the Italian tanks, the big scary part about the IS3A is the initial burst. After that initial burst, it just becomes into a normal IS3A, and you can kill it fairly easily. Also, it's got the same armor of the IS3, and if you have the IS3, you can tell that the shape of the turret is different, which means the effective armor is different as well. And because it takes longer to load the second and third shell, the likelihood of the IS3A becoming that burst damage, I mean, you see him right here, he's got to back off. He could easily just become an IS3A and fight those guys. But if you want that burst damage, you're going to have to either sacrifice your teammates or back out of the fight in order to get that again.
But an IS3 would have gone up and helped his friend if he wanted to survive. This guy, he backed up, he gets 3 shots, now he becomes a whole nother tank on its own, doesn't he?
Well, true, and so do the Italians. The Italians do that too.
But the Italians aren't heavies.
No, they are very, very maneuverable medium tanks, and if you've ever played the Progetto 65, its armor is actually quite good, surprisingly.
Oh yeah, I love the tank myself. It's overpowered. It's overpowered. But I don't want to harp on this. This guy's done 3,500 damage. He's a good player. You can see it. It's just this isn't a pay to win game in my mind. It's pay to improve your odds to win. That's my logic on it. You know, you know.
Well, it, it does have some aspects of pay to win, and I remember Des Games. He famous. I don't want to say famously, but he's the one that I heard coin the phrase "pay to progress." Right. So if you want to get to tier 10 quickly, or if you want to um, get better tanks quickly, you're gonna have to pay. Otherwise, you're gonna have to suffer the grind. Right.
Oh yeah, we've all grind through tanks. Yeah.
Yeah, and if any of you have watched Quickie Baby's video, I think he came out yesterday, and what he would fix about it, he said that on his free to play account they rush you up to tier 6 because they're so ashamed of 1 through 5 of how bad it is, right? And he talks about the type 5 how it's being pay to win, right? I don't think that this tank is pay to win. I don't think this tank is. However, is it a good tank? Yes. Is it better than than the standard IS3? In the right hands.
Yeah, I mean, right now he's fighting that IS3, and that IS3 is holding his own. He's holding his own.
Well, that's because Hell's Revenge has run out of APCR, so he's got to fire heat, which does not go very, very well against the IS3. There you go, finishing off the T29.
Look at that. They give him kills. I mean, that was a given kill. This IS3, if he were smart, he would just go in there and kill him. That's his problem right here. He could have stopped the entire haul of what this guy does in this battle. Which I'm gonna tell you, this is the this is the best possible matchmaking for him. You know, so I mean,
yes, it is.
You know,
and if you do notice, the enemy IS3 that just died was not firing APCR. If it was me and I saw this IS3A or even just the normal IS3, I would have loaded the APCR and fired in the exact spots that
would have finished him.
Hell's Revenge were firing in. Now, am I blaming Hell's Revenge for firing heat? No, because he used standard ammunition and this has always got left. So I'm not blaming him for firing gold right now. I just want to clear that up. It's not his fault that he has to fire gold. So
it doesn't hold enough rounds, is what you're saying.
Right.
I think I think I'm gonna sell all the HE on mine because it just doesn't make any sense to me. You know, I think you need more regular rounds than you do HE. I think the one time you'd be there to reset the cap, I don't think is a big enough deal to limit yourself to rounds. Wow, that was a cool blind shot. Yeah.
Oh my word.
You
know. Let that be a lesson. Always move after you've been spotted.
That's right. God, that was brutal. Look at this, 5,400 so far. 5,400.
And that's not bad. It's not bad. It's not that like the Defender where he just got in people's faces, or like the Type 5, you know, and he's able to just spam the gold rounds in the HE and just do that much damage easily. He's had to work the tank. You see that he's taken a lot of damage, and this is a very skillful player. And just like any other tank, in the hands of a skillful player, any tank is dangerous. Right?
That's why I think it's pay to improve your odds to win. You know, this right here in the hands of a red player isn't going to make you green. But this in the hands of a green player may make you blue, and in the hands of a blue player may make you purple. That's my theory.
Possibly.
That's my theory. And when they do shit like that, they just deserve to die. I mean, that's just incompetent. Now all he's got left to kill is artillery with 6 shells.
Yep.
Oh, there's one.
If he's not careful, he'll run out.
There's 2.
There's 2.
And number 3. And number 3. Oh, number 3 said no. He is potentially a 2-shot. Well, maybe a 1-shot for some of those artilleries.
If the GW... Is that a Panther? GW Panther?
So.
or the tier 8 German, whatever that one is. I can't think of it. If he penetrates the engine deck, he has a one shot. But the other, I have the M12, and I can speak from experience that even with premium HE, he's not gonna one shot him.
It looks like the first turret to me, though, on the IS3A. It looks like it's the very first turret you get on the IS3.
Kind of.
Yeah.
It's not really though, because it's still the same thickness.
No, I mean, it just has that similar look. It doesn't actually. I don't know. It doesn't. I don't mean it's that. I personally think that the hit points are high. You know, I think that could balance it out more because 1500 and 50 just seems like, you know, this isn't just an IS3. You gotta have a yin and a yang, and there is no yang. It's just yin. Or which one ever is positive, I'm not sure. Whichever one is positive. Oh, look at that poor guy. Look at that. Oh, that looked like it hurt.
Now he's a one shot.
Yeah. He's gonna kill him. I have faith. Oh my god.
He's only got 2 rounds left. 2 rounds for 2 tanks. You gotta be careful.
He may have to ram that one.
No, he can one shot the M12, but he's gotta be. Oh.
Now, what do you think his heart is doing at this moment? It's just beat, 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 beat. Just, I bet this has never happened to him before. I bet this is.
Possibly.
Yeah, I don't know what his stats are. I picked the game because it was one of the best ones I could see on what do you call it? Well, the replay site.
What replays?
This one. This one.
Yeah. Watt
Yeah.
replays.
Oh, Watt replays. I'm sorry. It's sometimes my mind doesn't work as well as it should. Oh, don't make a long distance
goodness.
shot.
Uh-oh. He could roll a low roll.
Oh, and that's how we're gonna end this one with a nice long range shot. You got anything to say before we go and start another one?
Low roll. There you go. Um, there is a whole bunch of up in arms about this tank, and I think it's mainly to do with the fact that it is just slightly better than the IS3 in terms of firepower, not necessarily like gun handling or mobility. Um, I'd even say armor-wise, it is weaker than the standard tank, but I think it's just that burst damage that people are so scared about. So be prepared for that. If you see an IS3A on the enemy team, the first time you see him, make sure he doesn't penetrate you, okay? Because he's got that 3-burst autoloader. If you are continuously in a brawl with him, he doesn't have that burst damage. He's just a standard IS3. So you gotta it. The skill cap for this tank is definitely going to be lower than the standard IS3, and I'm not too bummed about that or too angry about that. It's just like Quickie Baby said. It's the way that they advertised this tank and then made it so you had to gamble in order to get it. I'm not okay with that. That's all. Take it easy.
No, it's disgusting. We're you guys have been looking at the post game results. We're out of here. You want to say goodbye to them?